What's up, guys? It's Squidz here, and welcome to the first streamed Mario Kart 8 World Cup 2019 match. So we got Canada versus Japan today, but first of all, I am joined here by the one and only Rookie.
Hello, everybody.
As I said, we've got Canada versus Japan. We've got that's Japan on the left and Canada on the right. So Japan's lineup. I was saying right before we went on, I don't have much experience with Japan or just any Japan players myself. But either way, we have Kusan, Moa, Monar, Purple, Pekka, and oh god, I'm not even gonna Shumai apparently, according to Cinder. Thank you, Cinder. Do you want to read out Canada's lineup?
Sure, and for Canada, we have Artie, Felix, Saiyan, Slater, Dan Talons, and Twonk. So, I think we're all kind of excited to see how Japan's going to do this year. I mean, a lot of people are probably going to take them to win the whole tournament. Based on years past, there's nothing suggesting that shouldn't be the final result. But, I think we're excited. We don't get to play them in too many of our tournaments, so getting to see them all play together in unison will surely be a fun time since we know what they're capable of. And it seems that they have a lot of their really strong pieces here. So a lot of grand finals experience, if you will, on their side.
Yeah, they've won every single World Cup, correct?
Yup, including the MK7 ones before. So.
Oh, wow. I think quite a lot of people are expecting them to finish very high up there again. But I mean, well, we'll have to see. You never know what can happen. Canada still definitely are a threat, as with practically all teams in the World Cup this year. So I still think this is going to be quite an exciting match, especially with Canada's lineup being Articuno, Felix, Cyan, Slater, Dan, and Twonk. That is still quite a scary lineup. Even if I were going up against that, I'd be pretty nervous, to be honest. Don't know about you.
Yeah, we know that Canada's been a pretty regular bracket team that is like making it through the pools. So probably going to be one of Japan's hardest matches, at least in groups. Perhaps even their toughest group matchup. So glad we could get this one casted for day one, because I can't think of a better match to do today, I suppose. So maybe Japan will run away with the result, but never know, I suppose. I think Canada's actually played Japan quite a lot in the past, I think.
Have they?
I'm pretty sure they've been in groups with them a decent amount. If I'm going to look up the record here, I believe that, they've played Japan 4 times. Unfortunately for them, they have not gotten a victory yet. So,
well, I mean, it is what it is. Japan being such a big threat in
a new chance.
All the World Cups. Yeah.
That arguably, that I think a lot of people want to argue that Canada's 2016 team may have been the one that could do it, if any. Back then, obviously, on 8U, Tyler and Sergeant Guy were playing a lot of heavy lifters on Canada's team. Obviously, T-Pulse is still on the team right now, but don't see him in the lineup today. May have some baseball stuff tonight, since I know he does that. So, definitely a missing piece on Canada, but hey, we have Dan Talents now. We'll have to see if he steps up here. So,
indeed.
Match starting soon. I'm not sure if the room's up
I would
at
have.
all. 11 in the room.
There's 11 in the room right now. So, just waiting on the last to join. So I assume we'll be starting very soon. But in the meantime, do you have a favorite you want to win, or do you think one team's going to take it over the other specifically, or what do you think?
Well, I want to be an optimist, but I'm also a realist here. I want to see the upset, I think. Realistically, if I were to put a line on this, I think I'd probably put it at Japan minus 160 or something. No disrespect to Canada, it's just that this Japan team has shown to be quite more than capable here. So if I were a betting man, perhaps I would take Canada on that, but I don't know. Like, Japan has been I'll just say that they've dropped a lot of 600s in groups before. But As Anel saying in the group chat here, if the Toronto Raptors can beat the Golden State Warriors in the finals, then surely Canada may be able to beat Japan. But unfortunately for Team Canada here, I'm not sure about the injuries on the side of Japan here. So
Yeah, we'll just have to
I have to wait and see, I suppose. So
if Canada can pull through.
I want to talk about. I'm going to look up really quickly Japan's roster because I know that there's a few names on there I recognize as almost yearly appearances. That being Kusan, Moa, and Monar.
I was going to say Monar, definitely, yeah.
Monar, I think, is perhaps the one that people are most recognizing, I suppose. Even though I suppose Kusan and Moa have been, I guess, more of the representatives. A lot of people recognize Monar as the perhaps best player. Going back as far as MK7's World Cups, he was a heavy lifter, and back in those days as well. Perhaps, well, I'm not even going to say perhaps, but back then was the best player, so he's definitely gotten a lot of
experience
in these World Cup scenarios, and he has yet to lose one. So,
crazy.
From what I can see right now, there's no reason to go. There's no reason to doubt at all if
you just got to keep the train going
for sure. So,
I believe. So go on.
Yeah. So how do you pronounce Shumai? Is that how you? I don't want to be disrespectful. Shumai? Is that close enough? Like Shigai? Shimai? Okay. So I know Japan does like a free for all, I guess, every year to decide like some of the last people in their lineup. So obviously, we're going to see a lot of different people. I think this is the first time we've seen Chappie on the team. I know I'm not sure if Avalon was on in the past, but I know that he's been on the rise, I suppose, and a very tough match for a lot of people. So, yeah. A shout out to Kay. He's given me a DM on how to properly say. He said Siumai.
Siumai. Okay.
Hopefully, I'll get confirmation if I said that correctly. But
okay, so I think we were just told that the match is starting. Yep, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, we have 12 in room. So
is Canada hosting this? Okay, I got confirmation that indeed I said it correctly. So
yeah, we got Canada being the hosting team. So they're going to at least be starting in first. Excuse me.
Do we know who host is? I want to guess it would be Felix, but not sure, I suppose.
I guess we'll just have to see whoever's starting in first.
I know all of Felix's teams have a big reputation at joining the room extremely quickly, so perhaps they do have an advantage right off the bat. They could maybe try to make something work with it, so I'm curious also to see if Saiyan here is going to try any bagging techniques, because obviously no disrespect to Canada, but I think it would be a fair assumption for really not even just them, but for any team to think, maybe we have we're mismatched in skill level here. So if we were able to pull shocks, perhaps there would be a way for us to maybe get some big races that we may otherwise not get. So
yeah, it's definitely understandable.
Yeah.
And you are correct. Felix is hosting. Looks like Japan are going TM. Straight to TM. So I imagine lots of middle spots on their part.
And I wanted to say for sure that Canada would perhaps be starting out with the MW, a classic Canada track. Some of their best moments there in the past, I believe, back from the days of when Tyler was their host for every match. If you got a MW to start the war, quite a lot of the time, you could almost guarantee a 15-point race for at least, not a 15-point race, but from first place alone. So
I think I would assume Canada are most of the DKs.
I would guess so. Also, I know Waluigi's been kind of a trend with Japan recently. They've been sporting the purple color as well. Maybe it's just to show their allegiance to Waluigi, perhaps. But anyway, we are underway for first World Cup stream 2019, and
so I think someone from Japan got taken out. So Japan are currently bottom 2.
So just to give, I guess, some background, we are watching MOA least I believe, pretty certain. So we'll be casting this from the point of view of Mo, a player that we don't always get to watch quite a lot. So we see Waluigi's taking first place over on the minimap. Very well could be player from
Felix with that
Japan.
green. I think
I'm not
he
sure if
backed
he hit anybody, but
I think he just backed it.
it was a little close.
Oh, okay.
Maybe got hit by something there.
Maybe not.
So a lot of Canada back here to start the match already. Perhaps not the start that they wanted to get. And Mo is going to be back here, kind of scouting out for perhaps any chance of getting a shock early here. But
I would imagine Mo would probably want to pull a blue just to secure that first place, really.
maybe, but never really know for sure. You may want.
And there we go.
Good call, Squidz. So he's going to have a boo and a blue. So
is that a DK in first? It might be.
I am not entirely sure, but he has the power to perhaps steal an item also. So he may be hiding the fact that the blue is in play right now with this boo, not feeling the need to use it yet, because obviously, so perhaps that
is a Waluigi in first, so I think they can dodge it.
They stole a coin, so perhaps if they had a horn, he just stole a coin and just made the easy bet that there would not be another boo in a very short span of time. So looks like Mo is going to actually be pulling pretty good spot. I see a lot of red me's going down. This is looking like a pretty good start for Japan, but I saw some TKs up there. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, Canada bottom 3.
So we saw 2-3 there. So pretty good start for Japan, but
then again, Canada did get 2-3-4, so that
that's
at least something.
Yeah. At least something, yeah. So that's only going to be a -8 for Canada. So perhaps not the way they wanted to start. They got their track pick, but at least it wasn't the devastating blow, I suppose. That's how you kind of get behind Japan a lot of the time really early. You just suffer a big loss in the first race and just kind of lose all hope from there, if you will. But
you've got to keep a positive mindset as well, especially against such a threatening team as Japan. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. Now, knowing what we like to pick in at least our metagame, I definitely understand the DS pick. Got a lot of coin advantage in the back. A lot of people who can draft. I'm not entirely sure on the DEA pick, but Japan is Japan. They, perhaps they'll show us why they want to do this. Perhaps a person in first is confident, and the other people in the middle think they can get something going. There's just a DEA kind of hard to pick up coins a lot of the time, so. It is nice for
DEA very often.
So something to note here also is that it looks like Canada may have gambled a little bit on Dolphin Shoals. See 2 DKs in the street up front right now, so they're going to be a little bit slower than perhaps they wanted to hope this race. Perhaps the goal was the thing to I guess be happy about is DEA sometimes can be a wacky track, and perhaps it won't be as much of a disadvantage as it would be on a more running-based track, I suppose. But anyway, Mo's going to take an early lead here and pull into first.
I think that's top 3 for Japan right now.
Yeah. And despite the chaotic nature of the track, there is a lot you can do on DEA to kind of save time on the ramps there. We saw a little bit of
I think we saw
some good drifts coming out from Moa in order to get.
I think we saw a member from Japan get taken out, but I think they still have 3rd anyway, so they still are securing top 3.
It looks like Canada's kind of taking over the entire middle of the pack right now, and there's Waluigi back there, perhaps bagging a little. And you have a boo in play right now, but it's going to probably not matter as much if Japan's holding down second. So looks like we have a pretty safe top 2 right now, but see some DKs starting to kind of merge here. So
so it looks like Canada, I think, a 3-4.
Yeah, and
is that
bottom 2?
Okay.
So I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe he got hit, but it looks like Saint's pressuring. There is a blue though.
There's a blue show.
He has no defense to begin with from a red, so this could be a big opportunity for Canada.
Canada's going to take first. Never mind. Cyan got redded.
Yeah, it looks like Monar. I want to say Monar is actually pulling into first right here, and Kusan's coming up in a bill. So in reality, it looks like we only got John up here, and Twong kind of in the mid pack right now. It looks like he may have trailed somebody.
Oh, crazy!
I'm not sure if he
up in second.
So that's going to be some shrimps right here. Felix is going to be taken out on the line, so that's going to be a
top 3.
Huge race for Japan. It looks like, as we can see, perhaps Canada's getting bottom 3 on top of this. So expecting something
Bottom
quite
four.
big for Japan, and we see top 3 for Japan, bottom 4 for
Huge
Canada.
race,
So
yeah.
that is the huge race that Japan was looking out for from DEA, and it did not look too convincing until the very end of a racer. So that's got to be a kick in the gut, I suppose. So
Yeah. Canada opting to go Cheeseland. Definitely understandable. You've just got to start from a clean slate if possible here.
yeah.
Meanwhile, Japan going with DHC, likely to hold up those top spots. I have to see what it picks though. I think DHC. Yes.
We'll have to see. I got to pull up the stream again.
Okay. Just let me know if
Actually,
you're behind at all.
No, it's fine. Cinda, would you mind DMing me the link to the call so I can just check it more? Would be perhaps easier, I suppose. But anyway, Japan, 40-point lead. There it is. Thank you. So getting their track also. So definitely a lot of room to perhaps pull away here. Looks like Monar and Kusan is going to pull ahead at the very beginning and perhaps get the start they wanted. Moa kind of going to be dipping back a little bit. Perhaps not the best of starts for him, but obviously if his teammates up front, his teammates up front, that's not going to be too much of a worry. He can do all the work back here, of course. But looks like I think Monar is actually back in the middle pack, so maybe something happened to him, but I still see a Waluigi leading the pack right here.
I saw Cyan get taken out. Felix just got taken out as well.
Yeah,
so one by one, Canada are slowly falling.
Yeah, and it looks like one of the DKs forgot to switch back to a different combo from Streetle, so yeah, definitely unfortunate for him there.
It's top 3 for Japan right now.
And Boomerang's going to miss Dan Talents just barely. And it looks like Canada at the very least have a 4 or 5, but this is going to be quite the...
and
he has a bomb on top.
I
and
don't think it hit him, actually.
It actually. So Canada seemed to live another day. It looks like Felix is going to be, I think, intentionally bagging here. So you got to do something to kind of break this up here. Because this is looking pretty convincing for Japan right now if nothing changes at all. So
I can see there's a Waluigi trying to break into 4th, I think.
Yeah, and it looks like, okay, so it looks like Japan's kind of gone here. It looks like only Dan Talents is up here. Maybe John still. And it looks like that. Okay, so Felix is in a bill right now, but looked like somebody else also dodged. But it looks like they just didn't really have anything. If anything, Japan's just going to be pulling into top 5, I guess, and they'll be able to steal the double right in time. So Red will be able to take out one of them if he doesn't target the guy with Fire Flower. So this is looking like another quite massive.
Articuno going to be taken out.
And that bomb's not going to be able to hit anybody on Canada. So regardless, I don't think it's going to matter too much.
That's at least the top 4 for Japan.
At least the top 4 for Japan, yeah. So unfortunately for them, it looks like they did not have any dodges. I don't know if that was even a Canada shock. Because I feel like it had to be. I feel like it had to be.
Top 3, I think either 2 or 3 of Japan got TS'd, but it didn't really seem to make all that much of a difference with no dodges.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder, maybe Japan had some kind of pressure on them that made them use it early. But from what I would think, I would have just waited and maybe tried to get stars in the last set. Maybe it would have been too late, but maybe just maybe you could have pulled ahead a little bit more, I suppose.
Yeah. Back to Cheeseland for Canada. Hopefully they can get their second pick.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need it if they're going to be able to.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, to find any way back into this match, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll have to see how many people are bagging. I would imagine, considering Japan got top 4, we'll see more Japan running, but then again, we'll have to see. Because Cheeseland, as we all know, it's a really weird track. You can start in 1st, and you still have as much of a right to bag than starting in 12th.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. So, looks like okay. Well, so it's actually an illusion right now that Waluigi's alone back there. Somebody went into a boo. So there's definitely going to probably be about even people bagging on both sides, I believe. So regardless, Mo is not going to be too deterred. Just going to try to front run it out. Let his team perhaps dodge, if anything. Looks like there's a lot of Japan in the back right there, as he wanted them went into a boo. A lot of Canada right behind Moa, so
he does have double protection though, so
yeah, so he's looking pretty safe right now. You know, they're probably going to be having some shrooms. He got one teammate somewhat close. You know, it's really nice for these guys to just choose like all the same character for their teams. Very easy for us. So, going to take the double to try to prevent others from getting it. I think he was actually too far ahead for it to matter. But
Japan is now top 3.
Yeah, they are top
anyway.
3 now. So, really, right here, you just have to wonder when the bolt's going to be coming out because, you know, so common on Cheeseland.
Yeah.
See Waluigi go into a star, and that may have been Japan's shock.
I think it was Japan's shock, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like none of them really benefited from it. So, you know, Kusan is going to be pulling into first, and this is looking like another wash, I guess. So, yeah,
we'll have to see. Lap 3 Cheeseland.
Going up here. So, top 3 right now. I think Monar is going to be getting redded and barely getting out that trail in time. So, I think he's going to be fine. Maybe even
there are 2 builds coming out right now. We'll have to see who will come out
so
of those.
I think he's going to try to get rid of this fire when he can.
Felix is up here with a star. He's probably going to take the double cut if he can.
That's
but he's going to get taken out by the fire.
He can't get into it in time, and that's just like the risk there. So Blue's coming out right here. Okay, very smart play from Moa to actually
you've got to respect that,
yeah. And he actually did manage to get 5th. So smart play from Moa right there. Take what you can get. It's not really worth it. You're going to lose too many more spots. Yeah. Well, I guess it was just one of his teammates up there regardless. So only a top 2, but it looks like Japan's going to actually be taking top 6 overall. So
yeah,
that's the monstrous start that perhaps we were even expecting for them.
Yeah, even with only top 2, they did also get 5, 6, 7. So that was another really strong race for Japan. Now up by coming up slowly to 100 to a plus 100.
And as you can see, they're on the pace for 600 right now. So you know, it can happen to anybody, even teams as strong as Canada historically. Nobody is safe.
Not against Japan.
Against Japan, nobody.
Such a strong team. We'll have to see if it's going to pick Twisted Mansion or DKJ.
Now, I'm not wanting to call it over already, but this is going to be quite the deficit.
Yeah.
Would certainly be the greatest comeback in a World Cup history if we got it. So,
especially against Team Japan as well.
Yeah, you know, Japan's scary. If you're down 80 to them, you kind of feel like the war is over. If you're up 80 to them, you kind of feel like you may not even win. So it almost feels like lose-lose with their history here. But, you know, I think it's always I think a lot of the teams always want to end up playing Japan, just, you know, get the experience of playing some of the best players in the game that perhaps aren't always I guess, like readily available for the MKC tournaments.
Yeah.
Or even a lot of the things in the past. Obviously, they have very different time zones for us, so cool to get to see the players come out and perform.
Yeah, I think at the start of this, Japan were top 5, but 2 of them got taken out. So I think that only top 3 right now. Never mind, someone else in the top has got.
Pack right now. I think Canada's actually going to pull into. Actually, never mind. They seem to have 2, 3 actually still. I was going to say they're about to pull into perhaps their first advantage in a while. So, and this boomerang could be devastating for them.
Oh,
because there is just so many Canada players. I think you got 2 right there, and suddenly it's only John Slater up front for them.
Yeah, and that's it. Japan holding top 3, 5, 6. But actually no.
One of them got hit off, so John doing a little bit of work. He's pulling into 3rd here, so
yeah.
Problem is he is alone up here, and
yeah, numbers team to back
good for anybody.
Not quite.
Yeah. And they have such a lead at this point that we're pulling a Shroom and a Star all the way up in 4th.
Yeah, that fire's going to do a bit of damage.
I think it was the right. He got
a blue in 3rd.
He just got a blue in 3rd.
Dude, he's not even that far behind. Yeah, there is quite a big gap.
That was pretty surprising, if I'm being completely honest here. But anyway, he's just he has the blue right now, and he's in front of their entire team. He's just gonna get rid of it, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, so the boost stole from him, so there shouldn't be anything stolen from them up in 1st. Maybe they were just willing to take it. I don't think they did.
I don't know.
I don't know. It looks like his teammate got closer to them, and Kusan's also going to be pulling up to a bill. So this is looking like a top
At least
4.
top
Maybe
4.
you're trying to back them right here. Maybe not. Maybe trying to.
I think
okay,
Slater passed
I'm not
Mo
sure.
on the line.
I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I knew he got passed from somebody. I wasn't sure if it was John because there was another player up there. But another great race for Japan, and unfortunately, I don't think Canada's been able to get a. Well, first of all, they haven't been able to break into the front in a hot minute. On top of it, just not getting much help from the lightning bolting. This is why backing can be so risky because if you play a team this strong, they're just going to burn you in front if you sell your race out for shock. 65 is already kind of a dangerous strategy, but if you're playing some of the best players in the world, it's shock or bust. So
yeah, most certainly. You can see Japan up by 110 after race 5, I think that was. Or was that race 6? Race 5.
So if you took the over, things are looking pretty good for you, right? Or not the over. If you took Japan, if you're a betting man, at minus 160, things are looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, it doesn't look like things are going to get any better for Canada with this.
They are averaging a race of 22 right now.
Damn.
And they aren't playing scrubs either, so this is probably one of the better teams in the cup in Canada. Projected to get out, but if you're Canada right now, obviously you know that this is going to be a rough match either way.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to look at it as like an opportunity to maybe steal one, I guess. If you suffer a heavy loss right here, you just can't you can't let it get all Mo actually going to get
into that banana.
But if you take the loss here, you just can't get too demotivated because this is a tough team. There's a lot of very beatable teams in your group, but it does apply a little bit of pressure because when you get the one loss and it's top 2,
you can't afford another one. Yeah,
you can't really afford another one. But on the bright side, a lot of 2-loss 2 seeds hypothetically should still have a chance because there's more upset potential for a lot of other teams also who would be able to beat them. So
yeah,
it makes for interesting groups when the 2 seed loses 2 times. But regardless,
looks like top 3 has a slight breakaway.
This will be one.
Blue
is out, but
getting taken out.
Yeah, and Canada doesn't even know this right now, but I think the concerning thing on top of all this is just the fact that Mo is holding on to a star in 6 right now. So, yeah, like he's got a potential game-breaking item that they don't even realize. They got a shock at all. Like, sneak in there maybe. And I think he's been wanting to keep it hidden, but he may be taking the cut right here just to take optimal lines for that. And now they surely see that he has a star, so they do plan on doing something. They got to be careful.
Top 2.
There is a TK pretty close up there right now.
Yeah,
so.
In 3rd right now.
And Felix going to take out Felix. Taking out a member on Japan did not quite catch who it was. So they got 3-4 right now. And Felix going to have more terrifying items. I think he's going to go into a star pretty soon. Yeah, doesn't want to deal with any of the items.
Time.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty late.
That is going to reach. We see Japan trying to drop out.
Yeah, Twonk is actually up here. So Twonk maybe actually to steal one if he gets a shroom. I'm not sure.
He does get a shroom.
But you gotta watch out for the horn. And Mo is going to be able to get him, and that's going to be
top 4. Possibly, actually, yeah. I was going to say possibly even a top 5. I don't think so. No.
Not sure. Twonk is going to be
top
going
4,
from 2nd to 9th right there, which is going to be brutal blow for him.
John at least breaking the top 6.
Yeah, let's go, John. Perhaps at that point it's just kind of when you get hit by that, it's just like a dang kind of thing because obviously Japan, they're Japan, looking pretty great. Like
there's not really much. There's not really much
at this match.
Really.
I think it would be a little ridiculous to expect a comeback. So at this point, it's just a my gosh, can we do anything kind of thing. But I guess that's the sign. That's the signs of these great teams. Like they make plays that are just so I don't know the word, not infuriating, but so not necessarily devastating, but I guess heartbreaking. They can make them all the time just because they're able to do things like carry stars up to 6 or manage their items in a way that they can hold that horn and catch up to you, I guess. They just make it look so easy to deliver these hits.
It's just it's just factors like those just makes it so even a team as strong as Canada, I don't want to say that this is like completely a blowout, but like this is pretty one-sided so far.
Yeah, for sure. There's no shame in losing to the past champions, of course, but honestly, probably hoping for a better showing and stuff. But there's a lot of teams in this scenario who would also not really be able to do too well. We know Japan dropped multiple 600s in groups last year. I think they dropped to 700 also. So I just said seven. I just said 700. Well, we don't too much, I guess, because of we have the division formats for like a lot of our tournaments and stuff. So there's usually not too many complete mismatches, I guess. Even in the tournament modes, a lot of the time, like the brackets and stuff, you have to. I guess you can kind of see it maybe on round one, but even our best players, sometimes. Oh my gosh, he just threw two back. He missed on the first one. I was like, wait, how'd Twonk get hit? And I saw he didn't have an item, but you even see like in our tournaments, like the top seeds of our tournaments, like like seven. I don't even remember a 700 in one of those matches against like the teams
that red just skipped Moa.
Yeah, and
actually hit, it actually hit.
So he's gonna hit purple there, but San's also going to be getting hit by the trail. So and this bomb also, so he's gonna be trailing this for intimidation at this point. He's not gonna be the one to throw it back, given his teammate right behind him. But some coordination, you could definitely get them out of third here if they want to. I suppose practice to begin with.
We do see a member of Japan way back there. I think it's frozen on the map right now. But I would assume he's either holding a shock or a blue.
You would think so, and I believe we saw I want to say purple in the back there in a star, so perhaps it wasn't a shock. I could definitely see a blue coming out soonish. Well, a lot of them are going into stuff right now. They may not want to TS Moa, but
blue,
it was a blue.
Blue's out.
So
gonna slow down on the line.
Slowed down temporarily. Saw it was not worth it because there's gonna be a top three. Just more.
And a shock.
Yeah, there was a shock. I think it may have been pulled last set or just held behind a blue even.
Perhaps that's just another top four for Japan. Japan are just running away with this.
Yeah, showing no signs of mercy whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, and you hate to see it, but Japan are just.
It's Japan.
Yeah, I actually have no words. Japan are just Japan.
Yep.
Is this even winnable?
We can take a look. Yes, it should be. They are down 158 right now. Since there's 5 left, they could technically come back 200. Yes, That being said, they cannot afford to lose this race by more than 2 points if they want to stay in mathematical contention. Yeah. But the win probabilities there are going to be very, very close to 0, regardless of what happens on the next race.
We do see dry though.
But I think the takeaway at the end of the day here is that perhaps this is just a taste of what we may be seeing later in the bracket. So.
Yeah, so everyone else in Group B, this is kind of just a.
Yeah.
What's the word?
You know what may be coming.
Yeah. I guess Japan are just they're kind of just asserting their dominance right now.
I want to say that Japan has they don't really need to give an alert out to anybody, no splash alert or anything, given that they've won the last 5 years, but seems that they don't really mind to just do that anyway, I suppose. But for me at this point, I think this is just going to be seeing what you could do if you're Canada, learning maybe, see if how well you can do, perhaps bagging on dry. See if you can win the bagging war, at least get a race. So
we do see Canada pull a blue.
Yeah, very early blue. Just want to get rid of it. Not really going to be much that Moa is going to care to do right here.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he gets a horn here. I doubt it, but
nah.
Even if he wasn't going to be able to time that.
Oh, there's the horn. Just pulling a horn now.
Yeah, Okay. So Dan Talent's also got a Horn. You know, horns like to come and appear together, so very possible that they just pulled it right there. Obviously, that would have been used, I think, if
We do see Moa stopping. Do you think? Oh,
yeah.
well.
So
Yep, they did have a shot.
yeah, I believe yeah, we see a Japan member dodging up there too. So Canada actually in first right now, not by much at all, but they do have a very rare lead thus far. So, ooh, that is not going to be the pull that
Yeah,
he wants
triple greens
for
and
sure.
a
So
piranha. He's gonna take the cut anyway.
yeah, I mean, I support a decision to take the cut there. Like you gotta
Yeah.
watch out though. Didn't want to hit a Kusan there, but unfortunately getting fired for him. Japan is pulling the top two, but another blue is out.
Yeah.
So
You see
maybe
Felix
they'll
coming
be
up on a bill.
but it could be interesting to wonder if Canada pulled a second shock this race. I don't want to say so, considering a lot of them are in stars right now, but
Yeah.
you never know, I suppose. Regardless, Japan has a bill and a star up here, so not much is going to be able to be done regardless of what happens. This is looking perhaps like a bottom, maybe even a bottom 6 for Canada right here. I think they got just top. Yeah, they got top 5, 11, I think. So
I think so. Yeah.
another dominating race there.
Yeah, that's going to be.
At this point, you just want to see one.
Yeah.
You just want to see one winning race here. So
yeah, mathematically, Japan has already won this. We do still have a few more races though.
Yeah, definitely some time for change, but
you have to see what Japan goes. Oh, excuse me. I did see quite a lot of people earlier talking about America's Cup, asking if it was going to be streamed. Yeah, America's Cup is going to be streamed in around, I think after this match, in around 20 minutes time.
Yeah, so America's Cup Finals, Aurora versus Shells from Hell is actually going to be coming up right next. Different tournament, but for those who are curious, we will be casting that also, perhaps a little bit closer match than this one. I believe that we'll be sticking around to cast unless anybody else is perhaps wanting to get in there, but if not, we will be around. So
yeah, we see Twunk going with her.
I'll be coming up.
Griffin Road.
See the release the Jack in the chat. It's been a while since that one. We may need him to come out of retirement, seeing how strong of a start we've had here, but.
Now, if you're Japan, obviously you just want to see how far you can extend this.
Yeah, see if you can keep it under 600 with a GP to go. Obviously, you need to have a closer final set of 4 races to be able to do that. Don't even have to win the final 4 races, but just have it be relatively close. But
yeah.
Foul looks like Japan's been playing today. No crash today. Got to prepare for our match. Maybe get a celebrate later if they want. I know for me, the hard part for this looked foreign at first for me. I've been playing Crash Team Racing all day.
No, earlier today. I'll be Moa.
Rare miss from Moa right there. Not going to be able to get the drift after the cut, but regardless, he's going to be super annoying with 2 reds in the back. So, oh no, threw it a purple. So, I'm not sure if he had something to dodge it with, but looks like that was definitely going to hit him. So, I think that may be about as close to a big error we're going to see from this point of view today. But
yeah, we do see a blue come out for.
Have a boo coming out. Maybe Felix can go into it, try to steal a horn or something if they have one. But don't think they had one. Maybe, you never know.
Yeah, it looks like Japan are top a lot.
Top a lot. I see DK out. Actually, it's hard to tell on TikTok. The last turn is a little.
The last turn is really laggy. Yeah.
We see one DK up there.
Yeah.
Not sure who it is. I think it may. I don't remember seeing Twonk recently, so it could be him. Okay.
I think he's trying to see if there's a shock.
Maybe. Is that a shock? I can't tell.
It's hard to tell. Yeah.
Maybe it may just be. We'll find out here.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it was a shock. So.
I don't think many people dodged. I think the only people that did dodge
Moa's got some very. There's a blue though. Moa's been getting some sus pulls.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to get rid of this. He wants to pull up again. If at the very least Canada has a shot at getting first this race, but see John going down.
There's triple greens.
I think they at least got maybe like 2-3 or something. 2 of them got up there at the very end.
Yeah.
2-4. Not
That's
quite a winning
quite an
race.
even
It's
race.
close.
I think it's a slight winning race for Japan, but it was quite close.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, just a +4 for Japan there. So if you can keep doing that, you will keep it under 600, which is always
Yeah.
respectable against Japan. So, sorry, excuse me for that. I don't know what sound that was.
Here was a sneeze.
Yeah.
No, I've been coughing all war. I've been trying to go move away from my mic whenever it's happened.
It was like the most unexpected sneeze of my life, if I'm being honest here. Like I did not even feel it coming.
I'm switching to plane glider for Bone Dry Dunes. Oh,
Hey, playing glider.
having second thoughts? No, having second thoughts.
Second thoughts, dang.
But yeah, regarding what you said earlier about Crash Team Racing, admittedly, I've sunk a good 3 or 4 hours into that game today as well.
Yeah, I just played with some friends. We played all the tracks in the game. I am so terrible at it. It's so difficult. Highly encourage people to try it out, though.
It is a lot different to Mario Kart, at least the drifting mechanics.
It feels much harder to catch up, I'll say that.
Yeah, definitely. Also, the item pools are quite sus, let's say. But at least like to the point where it's possible.
It feels like a little bit like MK64 at times. I know the game came out pretty close to it, but
it is straight up possible to pull. I don't know what the like the equivalent of like a shock, which is like some
star in first.
Yeah, a star in like second or third, or it's crazy.
Yeah, we've had this game came from the time period where we didn't really think about our item distribution too much, so understandably there's a little bit of a sus pulling there. But if you want a game where you don't always get destroyed in first place, it may be for you. So regardless, anybody who also is looking for more matches tonight, we have Japan playing Paraguay right after this for anybody who wants to continue seeing Japan playing. We also have the USA versus Australia coming up, so
that'll be an interesting
match as well. So, well, I'm not sure it will be the most interesting match, but a lot of people just want to watch a World Cup, see some teams pull their lineups out. I think with Japan, the US, you kind of expect them to be blowouts, but for anybody wanting to watch other stuff, there's always that. Of course, there's also AC Grand Finals, so perhaps even a little bit more at stake there. But World Cup fans get a lot of outside attention for this.
Oh, that star! Oh,
interesting bomb. We've seen Bo actually being quite a bit in the pack here, so he's just gonna kind of have to hold that, I think.
Yeah,
we've actually seen him throw. He's thrown a lot of blues this war so far with his teammates. I don't think he's had to throw a blue at an opponent yet. He's held 2, I think, but ultimately got to throw them. We saw and there it goes. So, is there a horn in play? Is there a shroom in play or something, or is he just like I just want these points or something? It doesn't matter too much.
I think he's going to be getting last anyway, but first was already secured.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Yeah, it looks like I believe there was a horn. Oh, I'm silly. For whatever reason, I thought it was the second lap still. So
yeah, I was gonna.
Okay, yeah. My bad, everybody. So yeah, just throwing the blue because like he can throw the blue. So
okay, is there one more race or 2?
I think there's 2.
I see. Yeah, looking at the points, I think there's 2. I just want to.
Yeah, I just 508, and you think the war is over, but
I mean, I myself want to see someone from Canada to at least break the top 6.
Yeah, and the points, or just get a race win. Only +4 the last 2 races. Definitely keeping it closer, I guess. Unfortunately, not maybe, it is a little too late. So, the possibility to keep them under 600 is looking more realistic now, though. So, there is that.
I think we're gonna go to TM. Yep.
I'd be down. I would be down for a Crash Team Racing MKC tournament sometime.
Oh, bet.
Would be very. I'd actually be curious to see who comes out on top. As far as I don't know though. I think there's only. Can you go more than 8 players in that game? I've only seen.
I don't think you can.
So
I think 8 is
Yeah.
the limit.
I think 8 is the limit too. So
But hey,
very much like it seems like MK64, except like
yeah,
controls a little bit more fun, I would say.
it does look like a beautiful game graphically as well.
Yeah, I know. I didn't play the original. You know, it's like a lot of quite similar to our MK items. Everybody's gonna hate me for this one, but I got a nice BAM clock dodge earlier because you know that's pretty much what the shock is in that game. So
Oh god, the BAM clock
sorry.
dodge, dude. I've got to use that.
That's gonna be the new thing. We're gonna see that didn't exist when the original CTR came out, but you know
That is very true.
we're in the post TWD 98 era now. So
Who's that red going for? It's going for Moa. It's going to be taken out.
yeah, Moa's been kind of on an adventure these last few races. Hope he gets another blue. That'd be funny.
Oh, crazy 8. I think he's safe to back them because his teammate is on right. He's not going to back them though.
Yeah,
He's gonna
maybe
hold
just
on to
throw it
them,
out of
yeah.
play or try to red stay in. Yeah, definitely the play. So I was another blue is out. I want to say that Canada is actually controlling the top spots for like the first time this war. It looks like, but unfortunately, Japan's been getting all the blues. It seems. Well,
Yeah.
maybe it just seems like that, but in reality, the blues that Canada has pulled has just not been very effective, I guess. So, regardless,
Doesn't
he
like-
still see Felix in first, I believe. So,
Just about, yeah. Oh,
I don't
yeah. I
know
think he's fighting. Oh, never
Yeah,
mind. Someone took the
definitely
cut.
fighting. Somebody took the cut. There's still a lot of Canada members up there, but we also see some Luigi's disguise, and Felix has just gone down. So, looking like a turn of events here. You never know if DK is going to be pulling shock out there. If he has, we're going to see it in just a
Yes.
moment. And there it is. Did anybody dodge though? That's
well,
been the
if
question
they
with all
did-
Canada shocks.
If they did, then I would imagine in a boo, but it doesn't
Well,
look
I
like
see-
it.
There may have been a boo dodge because I saw a Japan member holding a star there, and this looks like another big Japan race actually. Oh, Moa going to be going down. Very end going to be able to throw red at somebody. In the,
Another blue.
got one
Bit
person.
late, obviously.
Japan has just been finding a way to like make any close
Oh,
race
wow.
just a gigantic one for them.
That did not look like it would be a top 5.
Yeah, and with that, it looks like that it will close the door on any top 6 debate, as Moa's now got a 16-point lead over John. So
Yeah. It's not quite how you wanted to see the first streamed World Cup match turn
Yeah.
out, but I mean,
with that 600 dream, they've got to win the next race by at least 14. So that would be their first race win too. So
yeah.
Maybe not a lot at stake here, but you know, like just for the pride and stuff. Well, guess Japan wanted to pick a Moo call it a day afterwards. So I think that's a good race 12 pick, as you can see.
You don't see all that much of Mumu.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people are speculating France could be the champions this year. I think Japan is perhaps sending an early message not to get too carried away now. Of course, I'll be quite excited to see how that one turns out.
If there are going to be some teams that have a chance of taking Japan down, France is most certainly one of them, I think.
Yeah, especially since I would say it's fair to say that USA and UK has lost a lot of pieces who have also been traditional top 4 teams, whereas it looks like France is mostly untouched this year. So perhaps keeping a lot of their core, I guess, and maybe able to push it for perhaps the title. I think everybody's kind of expecting the Japan-France final here, but you know, I think the one kind of cool thing about this World Cup is even if perhaps the top 2 is looking to be more set, at least we never know. Just the sheer amount of teams that came to play this year is nothing short of crazy, considering we've never even had 20, and
you got 24.
24. Well, that's a really nice group format too, if you think about it, because just gotta have everybody get to play more matches as a result, and no plus minus differential stuff at all. Just top 2 gets to top 8.
Yep.
Much more cleaner than in past years. So
Yeah, a lot more
excited
simple.
for that. For sure.
Guard on the spots right now. It looks like Japan are top at least Oh, they're
Yeah.
top. Oh no, they're not. They're not top 6.
They're doing a
Those-
great job at just making. They're doing a great job at just not getting hit in the pack. It's like
Yeah.
they hold on to these top spots, and Canada, and they're in the pack of these Canada players, but the Canada players are like just much more stressed, I suppose, when it comes to trying to break through. And the Japan players that are in the pack, they just
Oh.
they just drive right on by. Oh, and he's not even gonna. Oh no, there's a boo for a second. I spot, but Zayn's gonna be able to sneak in there at the very least. So
Yeah, it does look like that is a 600 for Japan.
yeah, nothing short of convincing. I'll say that. And Japan's first match is in the books. It's going to be
Yeah,
a 622 to 362 win,
wow.
260 point margin, I believe, and
That's
you
how
have
you
it.
want to. That's how you want to open up with. Well, that's how you want to open up. Yeah, with a bang. Nothing short of a bang.
Yeah. So Japan are going to be playing a doubleheader against Paraguay. Sure, there's going to be streams from them that will be showcasing that if anybody wants to continue to follow this team. USA and Australia is going to be playing, but we're going to be moving on very shortly to the America's Cup Finals. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in 10 minutes for an entirely new tournament, actually. So
Most certainly. See you guys.